right. So I know you guys had to sing a cappella while I was gone. So did they. So maybe we just need to get a drum here to keep time. Maybe that'll help. Yeah. Wolof. They're trying to raise money for their own building, which is a challenge because land prices in Dakar are higher than just about anywhere else in Africa. In fact, I haven't checked the numbers on this, but Boaz told me it's like buying land in California, just how expensive it is. And of course, they don't have much money to spend themselves. So they're hoping to get enough to, if not buy something, at least be able to rent. You can see from the videos, the building they're in is not a great building. I got to see more of it. It wasn't built well in the first place, and it's not in great shape. So they're hoping they can get into somewhere better at some point. So that Sabbath afternoon, Boaz gave me a tour of Dakar. So here's a vantage point we could see over the city. We were also able to get some good views of the ocean. This is a statue called African Renaissance. So it's, a man and a woman there. Very, very large statue, popular tourist attraction there. And so that was Sabbath. And then on Sunday, I went with the team leader and our civil engineer. We went to the International Church there in Dakar and got to worship with a large number of people from all over the world. And then after that, we met up with the rest of the team for this project. So in this picture, on the far left is Gene. He's our civil engineer. He was doing the assessments for wastewater and drainage. Next to him is Anise. He's a structural engineer from Burkina Faso. Now, EMI has a local Senegalese structural engineer on staff. He was going to join us for this project, but his wife had a C-section that Monday, so he wasn't able to join us. But fortunately, Anise was able to come. Having him there was very valuable with his knowledge of local construction practices. There in the middle is John. He's the team leader. He's originally from Colorado. He's a civil engineer. Currently lives in Senegal with his family. And then, yes, from Mount Pleasant, Michigan. And then on the far right is Augustin, and he was our architect for the project. So we all got in a van together and drove to Kaffrine. It was about first we had driven to the EMI office in Sali, which is about an hour and a half from Dakar, and then it was another 4-hour drive to Kaffrine. So these are just a few of the pictures I took along the way. Some of the scenery, one of the towns we passed through, a mosque. We saw lots of mosques. Here the sun was setting as we were getting closer. It was dark by the time we arrived. And then we arrived in Kaffrine, and they gave us food. So that was nice. You can see in the background there, kind of a typical way people eat is that there will be meat and vegetables and sometimes rice or other things in one large dish, and people will just sit around and take from the dish and eat together. Since I was vegetarian, they made me my own plate without the fish, which maybe I didn't get that much protein on this trip, but it was good. The food we had was very good. You can see on the plate there's this sauce that they make out of onions. We had that for almost every meal. And yeah, had lots of really good food there. I was surprised. So the host ministry was arranged our accommodations, and I had expected that when we got to Kaffrine, we were going to be basically camping, just because of how remote it was. And I knew that these ministries often don't have a large budget, but they actually put us up in a nice hotel. We had air conditioning, and I had my own shower and a fridge. It was pretty cushy. Felt a little too cushy maybe, but it was really nice. And it showed how welcoming they were and how supportive they were of us being there and helping them out. So we appreciated that. So we spent about 2.5 days in Kaffrine on site making observations. This is a view from the front. It's kind of hard to see the main building. So the wall you see there is the courtyard wall with some trees sticking out, and the main building is behind that. So we spent some time there making our observations. This is a bunch of us up on the rooftop. You can see me leaning over to measure some rebar. You can see where there's rebar poking up from below. That's because it had originally been planned to go higher. So that rebar is from the columns below. It was extended up through. The original owner had planned to make this a 3-story building and hired a mason to build it. Whatever they did to circumvent the process that was supposed to be. There was no architect involved or anything. They just hired a mason to start building. And they ended up going through 3 different masons to build this. They kept disappearing, and there was no overlap between them, so a lot of issues there. And so they completed